Alsu was well aware of the risks that were associated with a possible trip to Russia, but she is a devoted daughter, so she had to attend to a family emergency to her elderly, ailing mother. You know, it was difficult for her to make that decision, but eventually she did decide to travel to Russia. You know, many people ask me, why did she go? You know, she knew that it was dangerous, but now is not the time to blame the victim. She is in a prison cell now for being a journalist as an American, and we want her to be released as soon as possible.
Все понятно, порядок отжал непонятен. Понятно. На этом заседание закрыто.
My sense is that Alsu is currently in jail in a pretrial detention facility because she is a journalist with Radio Free Europe and she is an American citizen. She traveled to Russia, as I said, to attend to a family emergency. She traveled to Russia in May. That was supposed to be a very short trip. She was already on her way out. She was about to board a plane to get back home to me and her children. She was detained. They seized her passports, both of her passports. She happens to be a Russian citizen, but also an American citizen, and they took away her phone. And eventually they charged her for failure to report her American citizenship to the Russian government, which is now a criminal offense in Russia. And that case dragged on for almost 5 months. But before Alsu was able to pay the fine that was eventually issued, she was charged with a much more serious offense, and that is failure to register as a foreign agent. We have some information about her conditions. The conditions are not great. It's a Russian prison after all. I know that she's a positive person. She's trying to form bonds with other inmates, but it's a Russian prison with everything that is associated with that. We know that we know that it's quite cold in her cell. Typically, these pretrial detention facilities tend to be overcrowded. But again, so the messaging system that is available to us, we know that is being censored by the government. We are grateful for the attention that Alsu's case has been getting with the State Department. I think that Alsu is a wrongfully detained person, and I do hope that the United States government uses every avenue and every means available to it, including the designation of Alsu as a wrongfully detained person, to ensure her speedy release from Russian detention. This is a very difficult and stressful time for our family, for my children. We have young daughters, but they're very strong. They're focused on their education. They're receiving all the support that they need from their school, from their friends, from their teachers. They're very active physically. You know, they're both fond of playing guitar. But yeah, it's difficult, you know, but they miss their mother. They want her back. This week, Alsu and I are marking 21st years together as a couple. Alsu should be celebrating this anniversary with me and our children at home, not in a Russian prison. We want her back. Alsu must be released as soon as possible.